Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So as I prepare to set up some new aquariums, I had to get some aquarium supplies, and I just went to Petco and PetSmart today, and before that I ordered some things online from eBay and Amazon, and I just got this package today. These came over the last few days, and from the Petco and PetSmart hauls, all the Substrate, and this 40-gallon breeder aquarium here. And I got those sponge intake sponge filter things. So just over the last couple days, some plans have changed, some new developments happening. As you may know, I am preparing to get a 6-foot 84-gallon aquarium. I just moved recently, and that was one of the plans I wanted to do upon moving. And I did just set up this tank when I moved, because this is a replacement for my 30-gallon, because that tank leaks. And as I set up this DIY aquarium stand table thing with cinder blocks and 2x6s, I decided I was going to have two 40-gallon tanks. But this one I had to get out of pretty much urgency as a replacement for my 30-gallon because it leaked. But I was going to wait until the next Petco sale where they have 40-gallon tanks for 50% off. And so they have that right now. I didn't think it was going to be this soon, because they did just have one recently, and when I was getting this 40-gallon, I had to get this at PetSmart at their regular price, again, out of urgency. I had just missed the Petco sale, so I didn't think it was going to be so soon. But then, in knowing that my 84-gallon tank isn't going to be here, I ordered it from my local fish store, and it's not going to be here for another week and a half. I won't be able to take it home for about 2 weeks. So just to prepare for that, I ordered lighting and filters for it. That's what's in these packages, so we'll take a look at those. And I was browsing Petco and website last night for the purpose of seeing if they had any sales on, or what their substrate might be, because I knew I was going to need substrate for the 84-gallon. And unexpectedly, they did have the sale on 50% off, so those regular prices $100 for 40-gallon tanks, and so it was $50, so I had to get that, and I really expected to get that sometime after the 84-gallon tank, but now it turns out it's before, and there it is. So I had to get substrate for that, and I decided I haven't even fully decided until I really put it in here yet, but between this 40-gallon and the 84-gallon, one of them is going to be black substrate, and the other one will be like brown, like natural earth colored gravel. So, but now, side by side with this 40-gallon, I think it'll just be black side by side. And so today I got all of these from Petco. Imaginarium is the Petco brand, and PetSmart Top Fin is the brand. But I got the 20-pound black sand, 20-pound black gravel, like one of each. And I ended up going with Eco Complete, one bag of that. I was kind of thinking I may never get that again, because it's a little jagged compared to the other substrates, and for the purpose of getting corridors, which I want, it can kind of be rough on their barbells as they scavenge and go through the substrate. And when I set up my 30-gallon initially, that's what I did. I'd partially like a mixture of Eco-Complete and black gravel and black sand, with Eco-Complete like sort of like an area with like root feeding plants. That when I set it up, that was initially what the plan was. And this 40-gallon replacing it, I scooped out all the substrate out of that and added some more sand on top of it, and I will need yet even more, so that's going to come out of this to just kind of fill in the back and around there. So then figure I'll do the same thing with this 40-gallon. I'll put Eco-Complete, the bottom layer, more in the back, because I'm planning to get some jungle val that'll be like a root feeder in the back. I'd like to be able to have success with this time. I actually tried it in that tank. Well, not this tank, but when it was a 30-gallon. That, you know, pretty much that setup. I'll probably get an Amazon sword root feeder and some cryptocorns, and I mean these cryptolutea, that stuff grew pretty wild, and I think it would, any substrate that would probably grow on. But yeah, well, anyway, that's what I'm going to do with this, and probably go with these two pieces of Mopani wood. If you saw my previous video when I was moving fish over, because I did have just a one lone platy, that one right there, but I brought over this blue platy and a couple blonde guppies right here and some other guppies. I brought those over, moved them over last night after that one platy had this whole tank to itself for about 2 weeks. Oh, along with some shrimp that's in there. While I did that, I was showing all of the hardscape that I have. So I think for this tank I'll use these pieces, and I may or may not go with, this is the Soraya stone, a Sorayu stone or whatever it is. But I'm also planning to go to my local fish store to see what kind of hardscape they might have. If I can find something else, that might go with that. I was planning on, I was kind of hoping was going to make it there today, but I wasn't able to get there before it closed. I could barely get to Petco before that closed, but I'll try that again tomorrow. And so yeah, so go with black here, Eco-Complete with on the gravel and the sand covering it on top, whatever I have left over. I'm also likely to set up a 20-gallon because I want to, well, I'll show you. Yeah, so I have this dual stand right here. So I have a 29-gallon on top. This is my swordtail community tank. And I've had this 20-gallon tank for a while on the bottom, and because I was going to be waiting for the 84-gallon tank, what I had in mind was setting up this in the meantime, and that was before I knew I was going to be getting that 40-gallon. But now I might just do both and then still the 84-gallon come out. So more of that substrate I'll use in here, because that's, I mean, that's more than I'll need for the 40-gallon. I mean, between all that, let's see what we have again. But yeah, between all this, I mean, these are 25-pound bags, these are 20-pound bags. This is essentially my weight in substrate that I got today. So we have, yeah, 60 pounds, 75 pounds here, and like that. But I did also still have this bag I had, I don't know, over a year now, and that was initially going to be for that 20-gallon. So I already still have that, so I have plenty of substrate, and I am probably going to set up a 10-gallon also, because I need to set up a quarantine tank, because I want to start, you know, as I'm waiting for these tanks to cycle, these new tanks to cycle, and just before I can add fish to them, In a 10-gallon, I have a 10-gallon that's just empty. And just for using medications, where they're like one packet is for 10 gallons, I'll set that up too. I'm probably gonna try to set it at bare bottom anyway, but I mean, if I have this leftover substrate, it'll end up going in there. But while it's in as quarantine, I'm trying to. This time around, after moving to my house, I want to have a dedicated quarantine tank. You know, where I just kept going just kept getting new tanks in when I was at my apartment. Each quarantine tank just ended up being a regular tank. Yeah, I'll try to do that. So, all right, why don't we check out what's in these packages? Let's check out Creature. All right, I'm gonna open those up, so stand by. All right, let's start with this box. So we have hang on the back filter, aqua clear filter. So these now, the packaging is different. Fluval aqua clear, but this is the same as that. And those are probably my favorite hang on the back filters. Not that I've really tried many others. I mean, aside from just the ones that come with some of the aquarium kits that I have. But I bought 2 of these, so there's the other one. Because I was planning, when I ordered this, again, it was before I knew I was going to be getting that 40-gallon. I got this because that's what I was planning to use on the 84-gallon, 250 Aqua Clear 50s. But now I will be using one on that 40-gallon, so I'll have to order another one for the 84-gallon. So I still have time to do that before that I'm able to get it. And like what I got today, I got some more of these intake sponge filters, so those will go on the intake part right here. Alright, so 2 Aqua Clear 50s, and then we have this box. So just box with a lot of empty space. Hope the light is okay if it wasn't like bouncing around in there, not like padding or anything. But this is a Stingray 2, Phoenix Stingray 2. So this is a 36-inch light. So this will be the first time trying this, but this is supposed to be brighter than a regular Stingray. And on this tank, I have the one in the back, that is a regular Stingray. So it's like one row of lights compared to this that would have like 3 rows. And like those were initially, when I first set up my 30-gallon, when I had that, it was it's a 3-foot tank, so I just had the Stingray by itself. I later got this current light, 36-inch light, and added to it. But now, so I got 2 of these because I was planning on using that for the 84-gallon tank, which is a 6-foot tank. So just imagine these 40 gallons are 3 feet, so it's one tank that's going to be as long as 2 of these. So that 84-gallon, it'll be, comparing the dimensions to this, it won't be as wide. It'll be 72 inches long. I believe it's 15 inches wide and 18 inches high. So it'll be a little slightly taller, not as wide, but twice as long as these. So these two combined. So yeah, so got the two of these 3-foot stingrays to go over across the 6 feet of the 84 gallon. Because that's what's in this other box. Another stingray. Stingray 2. Two stingray tubes. So now, I mean, this will actually give me a chance to try it out. So I will use one of these now on this 40 gallon, and then if I do like it, then I will stick with the original plan and get another one to make it 6 feet on. Combine 2 3-foot to make 6 feet, or the 6-foot tank. And I guess what I'll do too at some point, well, I'll do a side-by-side comparison with the stingray, the regular stingray, and the stingray 2. So yeah. Alright. Alright, so as I put the new fish in this tank last night, let's check them out. So there's the female blue platy, blue Mickey Mouse platy. Looking good. The 2 blonde guppies. Those are males. Yet to color up more and don't have gonopodiums yet. That's the platy who lived, the one that was in a puddle for about 4 weeks and somehow came out alive. Male guppy and these 2 female guppy on their hybrids. So that's all we have in there for now. But I will eventually be adding corridors, tetras, likely a dwarf gourami. And once this tank is ready, it will be a community tank with corridors, rasbors or tetras, some, guppies. Probably, I'm kind of leaning to have this be more with guppies and this more with platies, even though right now this has more guppies than platies. Kind of make it like the more of a community tank with mutt platies, a community tank with mutt guppies. And before that all happens, I'm going to try to, one idea I have is just to try to breed corridors in here, so then I can raise some corridors so I can ultimately, when I get the 84 gallon, I want to have a ton of corridors in there, so I'll try to breed some and raise them. Yeah, so we got a lot going on. One concern I have is I might be biting off more than I can chew here with all these. I mean, it was just going to be the 84 gallon tank, and now I'm adding this in the mix, and I'm probably going to do that 20 gallon. But yeah. But this is an amazing hobby, and I have that experience. MTS, multi-tank syndrome. Yeah, a lot's going on. So alright, well that's it for now. So yeah, stay tuned for when we set up this 40 gallon, and as the 84 gallon is going to be coming soon as well. So yeah, alright. Well, that's it for now. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.